looking good lookins. My name is Sydney Metter and I am a fangirl. And today I am joined with my two best friends, Amanda.
Hello.
And Jessica.
Oh yeah, voice crack. Sorry.
It was beautiful. Okay, so today is going to be a very special video of Sydney the Fangirl because today me and Amanda here are going to be doing a shipping war. Her ship versus my ship, and Jessica is going to be the judge. Amanda, would you please tell everyone what show our ship is from?
Oh, Community.
Okay. So we're going to be battling our ships from Community. And Amanda, your ship is?
Jeff and Britta.
And my ship is Jeff and Annie. The right ship. Jessica, you haven't seen Community, right?
I've never seen it before.
Okay, so she doesn't actually know anything about these couples except what we are going to tell her and how we're going to debate. But she's going to choose by the end of the video who she thinks Jeff should be with based on how we presented our arguments. We do have a prize for the end of the video. So the winner will be getting this lovely little
handmade trophy.
Yes, I just made it 2 seconds ago from what's this?
Foil and
foil and like a chopstick or something.
This is not a
kebab.
There we go.
Kebab stick.
There we go.
I made it from a kebab stick and tinfoil. Amanda's going to start by sharing her pros of Jeff and Britta's relationship. And then I'm going to counter with my pros of Jeff and Annie. And then she's going to go back and do she's basically just going to counterpoint my points, and then I'm going to counterpoint her points, and then Jessica's going to decide in the end who is the winner. So, may the best ship win. I'm going for a...
I didn't know what you were doing. Sorry.
Okay, so Annie,
Annie.
Amanda, please
Okay. So, wait, am I supposed to assume that these people know what Community is?
Yeah, I hope if you're watching this video you watch Community, because otherwise you don't have a reason to be here.
You would side with me if you haven't seen it, because mine's a common sense thing. I will explain why. So, if you watch Community, the first episode, who does Jeff run into? Britta. And he's like, whoa, she's a smoking hot babe. I want to get with this girl. So he gets a study group together with Annie in it, but like, he doesn't care about her, right? It's all for Britta. So that's what I'm saying. The whole show starts because of Britta. Okay, that's point number one. Point number two is that throughout the show, Jeff and Britta are always referred to as mom and dad of the group. Like the library group, everyone's like, oh, but you're the mom and the dad, like you can't not get along, right? They're the same age, okay? Maybe not exactly the same age, but they're in the same age range, which will make sense later, okay?
You could just say.
Okay, so Annie isn't. She's like 18, and Jeff is like 35, probably more.
What the?
Exactly. Thank you. Okay, so, and then they're of like equal age and attractiveness, and they challenge each other. So Jeff's kind of a scumbag at first, and so Britta's like, I don't like people who lie, I need you to be better. So he's like working on himself for her, like subconsciously, I guess. Like that's not solely, but she changes him into a better person. And he changes her to like relax, like loosen up. Don't be so, ugh. She's like kind of a control-y person. So yeah, those are all my points.
I would like to start by first referencing another couple from a different TV show.
What?
From long, long ago.
What the?
Go with me back to 1997, where a tiny, quaint little TV show called Dawson's Creek comes out.
Do you know what that is?
Jessica knows what it is.
Okay.
You know what that is?
No,
You
Dawson's Creek?
You would like it.
Okay.
Anyways, so let's talk about Dawson's Creek. This show starts out by being a love story between a character named Joey and a character named Dawson. That's how the show starts out, right? But a couple seasons in, they decide to put Joey with a different character, Pacey. That's the point where they realize that their chemistry is better, their love story is better. So does Joey end up with a person that, yes, originally they thought she should end up with, that maybe at one point she should have been with? No, she ends up with a person that by the time the show ends, when all is said and done, she really truly belongs with. It might not have been where the show was originally going, but it's the best choice for the characters on the show in the end. What I'm saying is, Yes, at the beginning of Community, Jeff and Britta sort of had this chemistry and they thought maybe we'll put these two together. But by the end of the show, and I seriously mean, the show ended with Jeff and Annie.
Wait, what season are we talking about?
Season 6.
Oh,
She didn't watch season 6, so
wait,
she doesn't
because it's not on
know.
television. It's not on
It's
television.
on Yahoo.
Whoa, okay.
You don't have
Well,
to-
it's so basically not a show.
I didn't even know
is.
Yahoo had videos.
That's what I'm saying.
It has
Well, no, it
Community.
got canceled on after season 4. 5. Right.
And yes.
So, and it was kind of going downhill anyways. And that's probably why they threw the whole Annie thing in there.
Whoa,
Spice it up.
Annie and Jeff have had moments since season 1.
Yes, okay, I'll bring that up. They kissed and everyone freaked out because it's disgusting.
No, look, okay, first of all, by the end of the show, or like by the time that Annie like and Jeff have like a possibility of getting together, because yes, even Jeff and Annie know it's like their age difference is kind of weird and like that she's a little young. First of all, Annie's super mature for her age. And second of all, she's 18, so it is legal. Like it's not like it's anything like seriously creepy. And by the time they actually have like a possibility of getting together, she's in her 20s. So it's not like it's like
And he's
at
in his
all weird.
40s. So
That's fine. Like they're
It's
both
only like he's her
consenting
father,
adults.
right.
They're both consenting adults. Like it's not like that weird, honestly.
Right.
Like people can date whoever
I
they
can-
want as long as they're both
I can imagine.
adults.
No, I'm just kidding.
First of all, I want to talk about the end of season 1. So Jeff and Britta had like this kind of thing in season 1, and it, like she said, like it seemed like they were really trying to change for each other. They really liked each other. They really
Can I say
cared.
something? Can I say something?
No, this isn't your turn.
Okay,
Amanda.
okay.
So Jeff and Britta had this
Oh my
thing.
God.
And so you thought, oh, season 1, it's gonna get resolved with them being together. And yes, like Amanda said, they did sleep together. Okay.
That's what I said. I said they had sex.
Yes. Okay. So they did sleep together, and there was this love triangle between her and this other girl, and they both declared their love for Jeff, Britta, and a third party in this.
Slater.
Yes, Slater. But I don't care about her, so
Okay.
whatever.
Well, I like her too.
I liked her, but she
I like
can't.
her
you
more
can't
than,
pick two.
More than Annie. It's Britta, then Slater, then Annie.
Anyways, so in that
Moving
episode, Jeff has the choice between Britta and Slater. And so instead of picking either of them though, he goes out and kisses Annie. So with all 3 of them as an option, Annie's the one that he goes for. I also want to point out this other episode in season 3, I think, where someone was like, Jeff, look into your heart. And so, like, it showed, like, this, like, visual, like, Jeff looking into, like, his heart. And it actually showed, like, a heart-shaped, like, video screen thing. And, like, photos were flashing up of things that he cared about. And he showed up 3 times. Britta didn't show up at all. So, Annie, like, it's showing that Annie is actually, like, in his heart. That he genuinely cares about her. But, like, I just think that, like, the thing with him and Britta, like, they tried it and it didn't work out. And I think it's because, like, they do, like, have a good relationship, but it's just as friends. Like, they're not meant to be anything more. But I think that, like, Annie and him sort of built this thing over time where, like, they really genuinely cared about her. And I think, each other, sorry. And I think that Jeff, like, by the end of the show, Jeff, like, really, really loved Annie. Like, I think they moved away from Jeff and Britta. Like, they never discussed Jeff and Britta after, like, the first few seasons, because it just wasn't, it was pointless at that point. Like, they had tried it, it didn't work out, and Jeff and Annie had better chemistry, and so that's what they were rolling with. And so that's why I think that the show itself is telling us that Jeff and Annie belong together. And I think that, like she was saying, that Jeff and Annie kind of challenge each other and change each other. I think that in a lot of ways, Jeff and Annie do the exact same thing. Because Jeff, when he met Britta, was just, like, into her because she was hot. And he was just into her because, you know, he wanted to, like, hook up with her. And, like, maybe that changed a little bit. But, like, Annie, he never thought of Annie that way. He thought of her as someone he cared about, like, as a human being. And he genuinely, like, loved her and, like, was protective of her. And so I just think that Jeff and Annie have, like, also changed each other. Like, Annie kind of loosened up with Jeff. Annie was more mature with Jeff. And I think that they changed each other for the better as well. So that argument works for both couples, really.
What I was going to say on the whole cons thing is still, like, he was protective of her because she was like the daughter in the whole study group. It was like Jeff and Britta were the moms, and Annie was the young one. She was the daughter. So like when she started dating the creepy guy, he was like, whoa, Annie, he's old, he's creepy, right? So he was like very dad-ish. And then what I was gonna say is cons, is that I think their whole relationship is purely sex appeal. Because Annie's hot too. So she's like the hot young one, and he's like the sexy older guy. There's an episode where they kiss, and she's like, he kissed me because he was horny, right? It's not because he loved her or anything like that. It's just like because it's Jeff, and he's like that kind of guy. Like the show starts, he's like always trying to hook up with girls, and Annie's hot. And so I feel like their relationship is purely based on like, I don't think they care that much.
Can I counterpoint on that, and then we can just go back and forth from there? I just want to say, like, I think that is wrong because they never had sex. Like, their relationship wasn't sex appeal because, like, through all of their, like, times, if they kissed or if they declared their love for each other or if they ever tried to date, none of it was sexual at all. Like, they ended the series with saying, like, I love you, but, like, they hadn't had sex, they hadn't, like, done anything physical. It was entirely emotional, that entire relationship.
I don't know. There's, like, still the appeal, and it just seems wrong. I just don't think,
I have had some other couples in my repertoire of ships that have had some pretty weird age differences, but, okay, you go.
I thought of something. Saying about when there was the two girls that were like, I love you, Jeff. They, like, both said that. And then Jeff was like, I don't know what to do. He left. And then he kissed Annie just like, because I thought that was like a backup plan. Like, so he couldn't choose between the two. So then he was like, Annie's here. And like, we're both sad people, you know? Like, doesn't that happen to anybody else? Like,
yeah.
No, like, I feel like it was just like not like a pity kiss, but it was just like because he never, like, when she brought it up again, he was like, whoa, like, we're not going to talk about that, like, ever again.
To Annie?
But I also think that, like, I will agree that I think that for Jeff, like, part of that was the age thing. Like, I think that at that point she was 18, and, like, it was kind of weird. But I think that, like, that gave them room to, like, develop their relationship more. So when she was actually an adult and actually, like, mature, it gave them time to, like, develop their relationship and for them both to get more mature. But also, I think that the reason for that as well was, like, I think that Jeff was genuinely, like, afraid of his feelings. Like, Jeff is not a very open person. He's not very, like, caring a lot of the time. And I think that part of the reason he said, like, no, Annie, this isn't happening was because he genuinely cared about her, and that freaked him out.
He cared about Britta. Like, when he drunk dialed her and he forgot about it, and then she was like, I got your call. And she showed up at the Valentine's Day dance. She was like, I was so excited when you asked me to come with you. He was like, oh my God, right? And so I think he was afraid, like, did I say that I loved Britta, like, on the phone or something? Because he was dating Slater. And you're like, oh my God, what's happening?
See...
Ooh, question. Mm-hmm. So has Jeff dated either one of...
He's dated
Jeff dated Britta a little bit in season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sort of dated in season 2. He and Annie never dated, but throughout the series,
like,
they had a lot of, like,
It was like that
episodes and a lot of, like, flirtatious moments. And there was this one scene in season 5 where, like, Jeff imagined, like, his life 5 years in the future or something, and it was him and Annie married with children.
And there was that one episode with, like, the alternate universes where, like, his arm gets cut off. Jeff and Annie, like, start making out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's against me, though.
Yeah,
I don't know why
why are you giving me points? Anyways.
But I still think they're wrong. They don't belong together.
See, like, I think that Jeff and Britta's relationship, like, he was open to her, like, because he didn't, I'm so sorry, I don't think he, like, cared about her in that way. Like, because he was caring and open with the rest of the group the way he was with Britta. Like, he was open with all of them and he cared about all of them. And, like, I think that, like, when he first started liking Britta, it was sexual. And then, like, he came to, like, respect her as a person. And, like, because he still had those sexual feelings for her, it was kind of, like, mixed together. And he thought he was, like, in love with her. But I think that, like, that was proved wrong when they tried to date and they realized, like, this isn't working out. Like, this isn't right. And I think that that's why, like, Annie was, like, the one person that he was like, no, I can't do this with you. Was because of his, like, genuine feelings for her.
See, I just thought the reason Jeff and Britta didn't work out is because it was, like, too much pressure. Because, like, if it didn't, like, they just kind of stopped it. So, like, if they kept it going and, like, it got messy or something, then, like, that puts the group in a weird position, you know? And so I feel like they just thought it'd be best if we didn't date. Like, it's just weird because, like, the whole, like, it'd been building up. Like, you made this fake study group just to get with me, right? But I was like, you're a liar, you know? And so then I felt like it just was a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. So they were like, oh.
And yet, after he broke up with Britta, he still had that weird flirtatious thing with Annie until the end of the series.
But everyone flirts with Annie. That's the other thing. Time out here. Annie, she is hot. She's always, like, pushing her boobs out and everything. And so, like, Troy liked Annie at one point.
No, I don't think Troy ever liked Annie. I think Annie liked Troy. And
Jeff.
Troy never felt the same way.
I thought there was one part. There's, like, maybe one episode.
I think I think that Troy liked his boob. Liked her boobs.
His boob.
Her boobs. Troy liked
his boob.
Sorry, Troy liked her boobs. Abed never flirted with her. Like
Chevy Chase. I'm just kidding.
Well, Chevy Chase flirted with everyone.
Okay.
Yes, people flirted with her, but I think that, like, nothing about her and Jeff's relationship was flirtatious. It was, like, serious. Like, especially towards last few seasons. Like, I mean, like I said, they had that whole vision where, like, they were, like, married. And then there was the last episode where he was, like, just, like, I love you. Like, can I kiss you one last time? Blah, you know? Like, and then there was that whole scene at the hotel where, like, she was like, I just, like, imagine being married to you. It's nice.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
kind of creepy, I thought. Because she
was
said
a
her
little
name was
creepy.
Mrs. What's his last name?
Winger.
Yeah, she said she was Miss Winger, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, Miss
Well,
Winger,
like,
we
she
have
just,
your
like,
stuff.
fantasized about
Yeah.
being married. And, like, I think, I don't know. Like, first of all, I think that kind of the show is never really about the romances. And I think that's why none of the romances were, like, the central point ever.
Except Troy and Abed.
Troy and Abed, yes. Troy and Abed for life, definitely. But anyways, yeah, so I think that, like, the romantic relationships wasn't the point of the show, and I think that is why, like, it's hard to decide between them.
I just think there's a lot with Jeff and Britta. Like, she tells him she loves him, right? And he just, like, can't decide because he's torn, and he's Jeff. She's always trying to change him into a better person. She's like, you're lying, you're doing this, blah, 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 blah. And then, like, she broke into his old house and got him his faucets.
What?
No one's gonna understand that unless you've seen the show. Well, now I had to explain it. No,
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's okay.
Well,
Just
so,
keep rolling.
yeah, we're just gonna keep going. They're really good friends, and so they'd be even better lovers. Ew.
It always starts as friends.
Yeah, but Jeff and
Like,
Lanny
him and
started
Annie
as
are
friends
friends,
too,
too.
so.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Oh
saying.
god, I feel like this is gonna be really hard for you.
Just don't decide.
Everyone's a winner.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's gonna
not
kill
gonna
us.
happen.
You just have to pick one. Just
So,
who do you think?
I
So
think,
am
yeah.
I picking now?
Are you done?
Yeah.
Jessica, this is now your time to shine in this video.
Awesome.
So-
Okay. So, after the ongoing 30 minutes of back-to-back, I understand your point and how the age difference is a little bit creepy,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I feel like age shouldn't matter.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, do I have to do some more explaining, or can I just say...
You can do whatever you want. This is your time to shine.
I pick Jeff and Annie.
Oh my god. What?
Because, based on the episodes that I've heard of so far, and the flashbacks and the memories and all of that, I think that your subconscious is always usually, like, you know, right in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And so
What are you at? Mm-hmm. over there. Okay.
it makes sense that they'd end up at the end if he's had feelings for her in the back of his head the whole time. The beginning relationship is always really important too, but I think you made a good point about how the ending is always like the...
I mean, whatever. I still think Jeff and Britta should be together.
She talks more. She talks
so
more.
hard to keep a straight face.
It's a great show.
It is. You actually really should watch it. I have the
Really
second
should.
season. It's on Netflix now.
I haven't. What?
Yes.
Shut
I have
up.
to finish The Office first.
When did
Did
it
I
go on
not
Netflix?
mention that to you? I was
No.
like, hey, it's on Netflix now. I've been watching all
No,
these
you
episodes.
didn't. No, you did
Oh,
not.
it's on Netflix.
Uh-oh.
So.
Oh my god.
So, the trophy goes to Sydney Netter.
Da, 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 da. I feel bad for some reason. Like maybe.
I feel like I
bad
got
for picking.
stepped on.
I don't
like
like
someone
picking.
took. Like I watched 4 seasons worth of a show, 5 seasons worth of show, and my.
I know you actually were the one that got me into this show, so I do feel really bad.
And I'm only gonna cry a little, so don't worry about it.
Aww.
Don't cry.
You're
You're gonna make.
gonna cry.
Now I'm gonna feel bad.
No, don't make Jessica feel bad. Just make me feel bad. Wait till Jessica leaves and then guilt trip me. Are you crying? You're making yourself cry. You're making yourself cry. Amanda.
I'm talented. Okay, that's fine. You won.
Well,
I give
yeah,
up.
so that was it. Okay, but, you know, we obviously didn't bring up every point we could have.
That's
and
true.
Like,
So go watch it.
yeah, so if you haven't seen the show, watch the show. And if you have your own opinions on who Jeff should be with or different couples on the show, put down in the comments why you think Jeff should be with Britta or Jeff should be with Annie or why Troy and Abed should be together, but I don't know. Anyways, so, yeah, that is the end of this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit subscribe below because I make videos every week. Until next time, peace out, Girl Scouts!